Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
And that's what we're going to do today on a Friday. Attack and dominate Morning Juice. I'm Tito. Bobby Carpenter to my left. Bodie Wells across the glass. That's not there anymore. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. Got a big show lined up for you today. Morning Juice is sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin and Event Risk Elite Protection. We've got Ya Highness on today at 7:20. We have AJ Hawk on.
Must watch.
Yes. We'll watch for Ya Highness when he comes on to give us his picks. And see what he's going to target this week. Also, we'll do, like we always do, this date in history. And what's got you juice? We'll do quick hitters as well. Last night, the Pirates beat the Reds 7-0. Paul Skeens fired 6 shutout innings for Pittsburgh. Reds are in Pittsburgh tonight at 6:40. Guards and White Sox play at 7:40. NFL action yesterday. Bengals lost to the Eagles 34-27. Ravens 24, Colts 16. Seahawks and Raiders played to a 23-23 tie. I'll get more on that in just a second here, if we need more on that. Rashawn Slater, though, for the Chargers, their Pro Bowl tackle, is out for the season now. He got hurt yesterday in practice. And what was interesting is that the news came across the same way it did for the Justin Fields injury, Bob. It just said he was carted off, much like when Justin Fields was. So we got to find different terminology to use instead
Fields
of
Fields was all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fields is fine. Slater's got a ruptured patellar tendon.
Here's the problem. It's accurate saying he was carted
Sure.
off. I mean, that's the methodology in which he left the field, but does it accurately portray his status moving forward? Nobody knows that, so that's the thing.
Yeah. Seahawks Raiders at 23-23 tie in the Pete Carroll Bowl. And, Bobby, as I've changed my tune on ties in the regular season. I'm okay with ties in regular season now.
Why?
I don't think the football players need more. If they're going to get 17 games, they're going to have 18 games at some point. I don't know why. Don't put them through an extra 10-minute game or something like that. Just
you don't want to see a winner.
Nope, I don't need to see not the regular season. In playoffs, I do. Regular season, I'm okay with the tie.
Well, in playoffs, you have to have a winner.
Yeah, what I mean. That's what I'm saying. So regular season, I'm fine with ties. Playoffs, obviously, you can't be.
You're European.
I'm not European. I'm just saying, Bobby. I think that I used to be like,
What American sport do we have ties in?
What American sport?
The answer is zero, none.
The answer is zero. You're right.
Okay, so why would you be okay with it in this?
I'm just, Bobby, I'm not saying that
Did you just sit there and think this bad take up last night?
It's not a bad take.
It is.
I don't think it's a bad take.
I'm okay with ties.
I'm okay if there's ties in football in the regular season because
you make out with your sister.
That's another show. That's a different podcast, Bob.
Well, exactly. So I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure that out.
They also, I know we don't have ties in hockey and basketball. We also have not increased hockey schedule by 2 games or things like 2 games in the NFL.
Actually, they just did.
Well, they increased by 2 games just now, yes. But I'm saying that 2
you
games.
You realize that 2 games is not in the NHL is not equal to 1 game in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying.
You understand how percentages work?
Yes, Bobby. Okay. That's my point. Was that just adding on 2 games in NHL is not like adding on 2 games in the NFL.
How many games do you know go into overtime
in the NFL?
Yeah,
not many. Not many.
So
probably.
then you're gonna. This is my problem.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with allergies and everything. We're gonna make rules that are going to eliminate winners, or at least the ability to find a winner generally, based upon a small subset or minority of events.
That's my point, though. Is that it's such a small thing, then why even just call it a tie? Let's everyone just play the same amount of
Such a small
quarters.
thing, then just play the overtime. Because who you subjecting to all these extra minutes of game time?
I don't want to see these guys are already their bodies are already getting beat up enough, Bob. Let's not beat them up more. We're already asking them to play soon to be 18 games.
I feel like you sit there and think about what is something that would be the most absurd comment to be able to make.
I don't think that's absurd.
And then you come in here and put this out.
I don't think that's absurd at all, Bob. And I honestly saw the tie thing, and I thought, you know what, I'm okay with ties in the regular season. That doesn't it's not that big of a deal to me to have ties in the regular season. But clearly,
it's around 16 overtime games a year.
Is that what the number
Roughly
is?
5 to 6%. So 1 a weekend.
Okay, 1 a weekend. That's fine. But Bobby,
you know how many of those end in ties?
Not many.
One every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, they rarely.
So
end in
let's
ties.
just keep the current system.
We can, I guess, agree to disagree on that one. one thing we can't disagree on.
No, I'm not going to let you even take a bad stance on that.
Bob, I don't know what
At 54 years old, you then came to the conclusion the ties were going to be okay?
I'm okay with ties in the regular season is all I'm saying, yes.
When did that happen? Because that was never the case prior.
I don't know, Bobby. I can't explain to you how my mind works. Not many people could.
I don't know if anyone could.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just telling you, when I saw the tie, that's the thought that popped into my head. Was I said, you know what?
You know what? This isn't that bad. You know why? Because that's a meaningless game that doesn't matter.
Well, if that's fine, but I'm just saying in the regular season.
I'm just trying to delineate you the difference between the game that you watched last night and an actual game that you'll watch post-Labor Day.
I totally understand that, Bob. I'm trying to be, for as much as I rip you people, by you people I mean NFL players, as much as I rip you people.
Do you think that they want to figure out who the winner is, or they would rather send in a tie?
I would think their competitive nature would want to have a winner, but if you want to win it, then win it in regulation.
Oh, yeah, because that's always the case. What if you're down by 8 and you have the ball with like 15 seconds left and you're getting ready to score? You should just kick the extra point and not go for 2 so you can see a winner because they want to see winners?
No, I'd go for the tie because a tie is better than a loss.
You'd go for the tie to get to overtime to then win it. That's how it works.
I would I'm just saying, Bob, the amount of abuse your body takes.
16 times it happens a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's something that needs to be addressed.
All right.
And I appreciate your concern for me.
You're right.
But I think I'm okay. And I think all of those guys are okay too.
I'm just saying.
And I don't think that they would agree with your comments and take on it.
I got to believe it's probably 50-50, Bob. Here we go.
I don't.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
If you're going to pull out a take like that, you better show me some empirical evidence of player polling that says they would rather have ties than not subject themselves to any additional plays with a win or a loss.
I'm not saying, Bob, they would agree with. I'm not saying.
So then, what do you? Who you?
All I'm telling you is I'm okay with it.
No. You're saying that there should be. You said that at one point during this argument.
Yeah.
That there should be. They shouldn't have any overtime in the NFL.
Right.
I'm good with it just ending in ties.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the players aren't.
Okay.
And so why? It's the same thing. We go back to the steroids. If they didn't want steroids in the game, they should have promoted testing in baseball like they did in the NFL. Guys, you're going to tell guys what's best for them. And that's the problem with society now, because I have a serious issue with other people telling someone what is best for them.
I didn't say it was necessarily best for them, Bob. What I said was that I think that
I want to
football
protect.
players.
No, it's hard. They don't need to take any of the hits. Why subject them to any more?
I just said I'm okay.
I said they're
with it.
good with it. I said they're okay with that.
That's fine.
So your ability to protect them, your desire to protect them is not needed.
thought I was showing an empathetic side to myself that I normally wouldn't have, because I want you guys playing in cold weather outside when it's below
fine.
0 and all that.
That's a bad take.
Well,
but because that's something that some guys would, some guys wouldn't. Maybe
Right.
it happens a little bit. I don't know.
I thought it was a sign of maturity that I said that I'm okay
I think
with
it
ties.
makes you sound like a European, which means if it wasn't for us, you'd speak German or maybe Russian right now. So I just assume you said thank you and be on your way.
Dankeschön.
The walk of shame. Exactly.
I said Dankeschön, Bob.
Walk of shame. It is Friday, August 8th, the 220th day of the year. 145 days remaining this 2025. This date, 1831. 400 Shawnee agreed to relocate to the land out of Ohio into land west of the Mississippi River in the Treaty of Wapakoneta.
Oh.
So that they had made them do the walk of shame at that point.
Wapak.
Wapak.
Yeah.
Wapakoneta.
Yeah.
I just heard it called Wapaw.
I always put a K on it.
Well, I think they've even tightened it down even more. This day, 1876, Thomas Edison receives a patent for his mimeograph. It is the precursor to the photocopier. It's the one with the carbon paper.
Oh, yeah.
But you're way too young to remember credit cards that they used to put them on a thing, and they'd put have you ever seen the 3 stacks of carbon paper before? They have white, pink, and yellow.
Yeah.
They used to have like a thin strip of that, and they would run it over, and your numbers would press up through it.
Yeah.
And so as your card got too old, sometimes it wouldn't run. And this isn't like now where you go on your app and be like, send me a new card to do it in 2 days. You have to call, go through all this. But I remember my mom got stuck at a gas station one time, like it's not reading.
Really?
Reading, meaning like it's
Yeah.
not. She's like, well, just write it down, right over top. I don't know what to. It's like, well, it's not like it's hit a limit. I mean, they didn't know that. That's why you could have a lot of fraud back then. There was no,
right.
There was no technology that gave you instant updates of all this stuff. The mimeograph. This date, 1908, Wilbur Wright makes his first public flight in Le Mans, France, showing off his flying machine, later named the airplane. And then in 1964, one of the real toe tappers you're going to find, House of the Rising Sun, is released by the Animals.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. And it's been
You didn't give this to Thitoff today, did you?
I did not.
Good. Then now we can get surprised. I like that.
That's a great song, by the way.
It is a great song. That's why I had Bodie pull it. This date, 1966, another good one, not top 5, fringe top 10. Eleanor Rigby is released by the Beatles.
Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that you keep.
So sad. Such a depressing song.
But that's so upbeat.
Picks up the rice of the wedding she was having in her dream.
Yeah.
Keeps the mask of her face in the door, Bodie, so she can pretend to be happy. All the lonely people, where do they all come from? This date, 1969, at Zebra Crossing, Ian McMillan takes the iconic photo for the cover of Abbey Road with the Beatles crossing of the street. You know what that is? You've seen that before?
Yep.
You
Is
familiar with that photo?
which was Paul barefoot? One was barefoot.
I don't know.
And I think maybe Paul has a cigarette also in his hand.
Perfect. Ripping some heaters. This date, 1974. Richard Nixon, the president, it's crazy to think that this was 51 years ago, announces his resignation effective of noon on August 9th.
I have never been a quitter. To leave office before my term is completed is abhorrent to every instinct in my body. But as president, I must put the interests of America first. America needs a full-time president and a full-time Congress. Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn in as president at that hour in this office.
You know what? He said Thitoff was called a tie.
You know what? One of the unknown things that got underreported back then is he actually had an affair with Stephanie Lewinsky, Monica's mom.
Oh,
That
really?
also led to the resignation. Yep. Look it up.
Is that a joke, I'm guessing?
It's a joke.
1974, but in that same vein, Feel Like Making Love by Roberta Flack is certified gold.
Oh. Who was that by, Bob?
It said Roberta Flack, but that is not right.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
might be right on that. I might have just grabbed the wrong song. This is what I grabbed. I feel like making love.
Yeah, it's not, this is bad company. It's a little different. This is not Roberta Flack. No, hers is That's the Time. I feel like making love.
All right,
Yeah.
that's my bet on that.
It's okay.
That's all right.
When you said
You
the
know
song
what?
title, that was the first thing that
Yeah.
I knew of.
It's okay. It's all good. Don't worry about that. You know, with a little bit of, as long as we got some love making this morning.
That's
buddy,
right.
That's all that matters. This day, 1984, Carl Lewis wins his third of 4 gold medals. This one in the 200 meters in the 84 Olympics. This day, 1987, a banger's released. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. From U2 hits number 1.
Only to be with you, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Only like 4 of their songs, probably. And that's one of them.
Yeah, that's
don't-
fine. I'm
I
not
don't like
saying
the
you have to
rest,
like
yeah.
them all.
I'm just surprised that they played
I
it.
like Pride.
I like Pride Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Yeah,
That's a
and
good
then, With or Without You.
That's a good one, too. Yeah.
Those are probably my 4 favorites right
But
there.
it just amazed me that they played the Horseshoe.
because they've got a lot of people that really
I
like
know.
those
That's
songs.
saying that fact only like 4 of their songs. I was surprised they were, big enough to play the Horseshoe. That's all.
Bono wears sunglasses at night.
Yes, he does. Corey
And speaking of
Haim.
night, this date 1988, the first night game in Cubs history takes place at Wrigley Field. Unfortunately, it's rained out in the 4th.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey at Wrigley Field on this noteworthy night indeed. 8/8/88. That's the date. And this bud's for you, Bill Murray.
Thank you, Larry. I've been dying under these lights until you handed me this thing.
Hey, it's such a pleasure to see you, especially on a noteworthy event like this one.
Well, I don't know how I feel about night baseball. It's great in the minor leagues, but it's someplace else to go in town besides your restaurant, which is a good thing. Yeah.
Bill, good to see you. Stick around for a little while. I know it's warm up here. Bill Murray, a priceless guy. Don't go away now, because we're going to be back with the first night baseball game ever played at Wrigley Field. Coming up in a moment.
I get why they had to do it, but it was much more fun when it was all-day games.
You went to a lot of the games?
No, I'd watch a lot more. I'd watch them when I got to school when I was younger. But yeah.
Now you have a job.
You're right. I'm just saying that I like the
How many kids you think watch baseball games when they come home from school now?
I don't think many watch them anytime they're on. Yeah, I'm saying I don't think a lot of kids watch it anyway. I'm just saying it was a cool thing that they were the only team that did not have lights. It was just a different thing. That's all.
Okay. Just curious as your take on that. They're always so intriguing.
I don't want them to be ties.
Well,
because they used to have to end games sometimes early because it was late. How's that sound? Before it was over because of darkness.
If I don't see you sooner, I'll see you later.
Right? Yeah.
This date, 1997. Fanning 19 Chicago White Sox, Randy Johnson.
He's gone. 19 strikeouts for Randy Johnson as the Mariners take it 5-0, and we'll be back to wrap it up in just a minute.
There we go. Fanning 19, big unit on this day, 1997. Some birthdays today. Tark the Shark, Jerry Tarkanian, four-time Final Four appearances, or 4 Final Four appearances. Also an NCAA championship with the Runnin' Rebs of UNLV. Born on this date in 1930, lost him a decade ago in 2015.
It's been that long? Wow.
Yeah. The towel biter.
Yeah.
Well, he used to bite on that towel.
Yeah, he did.
I mean.
He did. I still remember that nickname, though.
That's what he did. He'd say, he would have a towel around his neck, and he would chew on a towel during a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever called the towel biter.
No, I mean, towel,
don't,
whatever it is. Whatever it takes, you said. Dustin Hoffman turning 88 today.
Good Lord.
Ray, can we try something?
Yeah.
Do you know how much 312 times 123 is?
38376.
He's right. What? He's right.
He's right?
Yeah. Ray, how much is 4,343 times 1,234?
5359262.
He's a genius. He's right. He's a genius. Ray, do you know how much the square root of 2,130 is?
46.15192304. 2304.
That's amazing. I mean, that is amazing. He should work for NASA or something like that. If you had $1 and you spent 50 cents, how much money would you have left?
About 70.
70 cents?
70 cents.
So much for NASA idea.
Go to Kmart. You should go to Kmart.
What I tell you after this, Ray? Right, after this.
400 Oak Street.
That's pretty good. That's a good poll. I was wondering what you were going to get. It's amazing because that was 40 some odd years ago.
Yeah.
That came out. I couldn't believe when I saw he was 88. It was
It's
a little bit crushing to me. I mean, him, Pacino, De Niro.
Yeah.
Like all those guys are kind of the same generational talents to me, and they're all now in their 80s. Pacino, he's got like a 2-year-old, so.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Staying young.
Well, I mean, he's trying to survive to graduation, Bodie, at this point.
Middle school or?
No, yeah, maybe even elementary graduation. I'm being real.
Determined that when Charlotte graduates college, Heather, I'll have to take my urn to the ceremony.
That's right.
But knowing my wife, she'll probably put it on top of the car and then take off, forget about it. My ashes just be all over the place.
That'll be perfect. What, they want to have them scattered.
You're right, yes. Yes.
Maybe they'll throw the ashes at her wedding instead of rice.
They could do that, too. They could do that also.
Throw showering you down upon them.
They'll tell Eleanor Rigby not that over there.
Exactly. NFL Hall of Famer Bruce Matthews turning 64 today. Former Nebraska linebacker and Nebraska AD. Now AD for Texas A&M, Trev Alberts, turning 55. And Scott Stapp, the Creed front man, turning 53 today. Yes. It's game day. We want strikeouts, base hits, double plays.
Take the field, hear the roar of the crowd.
Come on, Guardians, make us proud. I told Shark when he was here, I was like, can we get this dubbed over and get some Guardians action in there?
Right.
How amazing. Bodie had never heard that before.
I never heard it before either.
What?
Yeah, it's the first time I've heard that.
Come on.
I'm serious.
We used to play that at the start of every season.
Oh, really?
Baseball season, because he did it like 5 or 6 years ago for the Mariners or the Marlins.
Yep.
And I'm like, who's listening? At the 5 people in the stadium at the start of the game?
Right, yeah.
But that was like, the Indians have like a fight song, don't they? Or they have like a song they play?
I don't know. I can't even. I don't know if they do.
I
or
think
not.
they do.
They do.
Well, it's like the Cavs do. Come on, Cavs.
Yeah.
The
The 76ers have one, right?
Yeah. And then, so Stapp, the Marlins aren't that old. They didn't have anything. So they had enlisted Scott Stapp to come to their
Why
aid.
not? Yeah.
And it just sounds like a Creed song.
Can you write one for the Buckeyes instead of that other
those.
song they were going to play?
Oh, the one that by what Cam? That one.
Wait, what is this?
The song they're going to play now. It's part of Ross Bjork's thing, where he said that one of the song
The
they're
new
going to
game
play.
day tradition.
Yeah, what's it?
Yeah. I think it's called Camp with 2 A's.
Yeah, it's
by
Camp with 2
Ohio.
A's. Yeah.
Or maybe it's
Ohio by
called
Camp.
Ohio by
yeah, it's
Camp.
Ohio
Whatever, yeah.
by Camp with 2 A's.
Have you listened to it?
I have not listened to it, but
Don't judge it until you've heard it.
I have.
Okay, there you go. You can judge then.
It's like 3rd and 7, and here comes Arch. Claps his hands. I wouldn't say it's a song that's going to get a lot of fans fired up, in my opinion, but I don't know. Teach their own, I guess.
Do you know where the band Camp is from?
I'm going to guess Columbus.
Upper Arlington.
Okay, yeah.
Said that it's a project between childhood friends Taylor Meyer and Evan Westfall, and they graduated Upper Arlington in 2012. And
I might have to hear this, man.
But they wrote it.
It's not great.
I think
we can play it.
They
We can
wrote
play
it
a minute
about
of it.
Ohio University, I think.
Close enough.
No, they were down in Athens when they wrote. He said that Taylor began playing coffee shops and around Athens while studying at OU. And I think they might have recorded about that, which a lot of people on social media said that too. They said, why did Ohio State pick a song that was not even written for Columbus?
Why couldn't they get OAR to write one? They're all Buckeyes.
You could have gotten it. Yeah, you've got the call. You got the number.
Needed some focus groups on that one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have probably been a good decision.
Or just play some of the usual rock songs,
Like you always do, yeah.
The Hell's Bells would always have been
that
good.
works.
That's a winner.
Thunderstruck, Little Ozzy, Crazy Train,
R.I.P.
Just R.I.P. Ozzy. Anything that gets the crowd going.
I think I heard R.I.P. or not R.I.P. I heard Ozzy wrote Crazy Train for Ohio State.
Exactly.
That's what I'd heard.
Should have played that in my wedding walk-up song.
He can't dispute it. Also turning 44 today, the greatest grass player of all time on Wimbledon. 20 majors, 8 Wimbledons, which is a record. Roger Federer.
Again, seven match. What a player. 3 sets to love. 6-3.
Champion here at Wimbledon.
6-1.
The first
6-4.
man to win 8 championships. Yet another extraordinary performance. This one was a bit of a procession, but he didn't drop a set throughout Wimbledon. Fitting that it was ace number 8 in this final match to bring him his 8th championship. Great players watch on and they shake their heads in disbelief at the standard he produces.
Old Raj, the people's champ, man. So much grace and class getting it done. Sad to see. It's tough to watch, as you mentioned, which is worse, old singers, old athletes. It was hard watching him get old. It's hard watching Nadal get old, and now Joker, who I don't think is going to win another.
He made it to, semis in...
He's been close. The problem is his body just breaks down over the course of a tournament. I mean, he's in his upper 30s now.
Yeah.
He just can't do it. It was funny. I mean, once Roger beat Pete, he never won another one. And it was different because obviously Nadal and Federer were grass and clay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Roger, did he ever win on clay?
Roger?
Yeah. I know Nadal won. I mean,
Right.
he won Wimbledon, so he won the career slam. And then when Joker kind of started beating both of them, now Nadal was still the best on clay for a long time. And now Joker's losing. When he lost to, what's his name, the little Spaniard?
Alcaraz.
He lost to Alcaraz. I thought he was done, but he's bounced back and made some runs. But I don't know if he's just got enough left to be able to take down these young fellas anymore. There's too much. They have too much juice.
Yep.
So it's unfortunate. An old soldier never dies. He just slowly fades away, Thitoff.
That's what I've heard.
That's what Douglas MacArthur told us. Some holidays observances. Actually, and we had Olivia Newton-John passing away on this date 3 years ago. If you'd asked me, I would have said it was last year, maybe 2022. She passed away. Some holidays observances today. It is Happiness Happens Day, International CBD Day, National Dollar Day, National Frozen Custard Day, Kool-Aid Day, which is always the second Friday in August, Odie Day, which if you don't know who Odie is, it's Garfield's.
Yeah, it's the dog that he always pushes off the table.
Call him friend and in parentheses, maybe a frenemy,
right,
if you will.
Oh, but he'd miss Odie if he was gone.
Like Tom and Jerry.
There you go. Two of the iconic.
Like Joker said, I can't kill you, Batman. I can't live without you.
Right.
Exactly. It's the date to create and wear your mother's jewelry day. So thanks for participating in that. And those historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays observances for this date, August 8th, the 220th day of the year. $1.45 remaining in this 2025.
Well done as always, General. I can't show you where I'm wearing my mom's jewelry right now because we would get
Prince
fined
Alphonse?
for it. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to tell you where it is or show it to you.
And let me tell you this before we get out of here. Do you need to work along a local bank in this town who values the opportunity to have you as a partner? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working with you right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Browns are in action tonight. What should we expect from Shedeur Sanders? We'll talk about that next. Morning Juice.
Hugs from patients, like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
When it comes to protecting your assets, you need a security partner. Event Risk Security Services is a U.S.-based veteran-owned company providing protection services, consulting to Fortune 500 companies, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality services and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give them a try. They're virtually the same cost, and they can address what keeps you up at night. Event Risk. Check them out at eventriskinc.com to learn more.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Tito invited the new Russian family who moved in down the street to watch Rocky IV. It did not go well. I must break you. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Bodie with you. Preseason action tonight. You got the Lions and the Falcons, 7 o'clock. You also have Commanders and Patriots at 7:30. We got Browns, Panthers at 7. Anthony
Super Bowl preview?
Yeah, Super Bowl preview. Probably, yes.
Get to see some Lathan Ransom, though.
You will see some Ransom. That's correct, yeah. It's yesterday, Anthony Richardson dislocated his pinky finger. And so he's in his battle.
Devastating.
He's in that battle with Daniel Jones for the number 1 gig out there in Indy. We'll see who ends up.
That's the quarterback. That's
Yeah.
the quarterback battle. I think that the
That's
eyes of the world are
That's
on.
when they're watching.
They
Burrow,
told me that Vladimir Putin and Vladimir Zelensky actually got together to watch the Colts to see who's going to be the starter because the fate of the world depends upon that.
That's fair. Joe Burrow last night completed 9 of 10 passes, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Bengals. Jamar Chase had 4.
Couldn't believe he was playing. I watched a little bit of the game,
Yeah.
mostly because my son was like, RJ was like, let's put the game on, Dad. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, if you're going to ask for it. And I was like, wait, they're playing? He's like, of course they're playing. They want to get them tuned up for the regular season. I'm like, don't say of course, because there's a lot of times that they play 0.
Right.
They've been adamant, though, about Cincinnati has about playing their starters this year.
Yeah.
In the preseason because they don't want to go 0-2 again. For like
Right,
the 5th
yeah.
year in a row.
You like to start off behind the 8 ball. That way you can sneak up on people.
Then you get hot. It's a chance to get hot down the stretch.
Ashton Genty played for the Raiders last night. He had 3 carries, Bob, for -1 yards. As long as a carry of 3, he also had to get sacked for 4 yards back. Then after that, got knocked behind the line.
Guessing there probably wasn't a great deal of blocking.
Probably not. But Aiden O'Connell, 18 of 30 in that game for the Raiders, 205 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
That's good.
Quarterback you.
Yeah. Jalen Milroe ripped off like a 27-yard run, his first chance with playing yesterday for Seattle. But now we got Shedeur Sanders playing tonight, starting and playing probably extensive minutes for the Browns. And if everyone's healthy, I don't know if I'm not convinced Sanders would start if everyone's healthy. Obviously,
I don't
they're
think
dinged
that's
up.
the case, but he's getting a chance.
Right.
The most important ability that off is availability. You know that.
I know that. That's tattooed on the small of my back. But
Put your gear on.
What's that?
I said put your gear on.
Sorry. I thought you said Richard Gere on. I was watching that up there. I was like, I don't know.
Richard Gere's
I was
on.
going to say, wait, Bodie, I don't know why we're the show for Richard Gere being on.
They were making a sequel to Animal House, I heard, called The Gerbil House with Richard Gere.
Bob, what would be a reasonable expectation for Shedeur Sanders tonight?
Not being bad.
Did you lose the dad over there, Bo? Oh, no, I got it back now. Came back up. Yeah, so anyway, you're not going to be able to make a judgment off this one game, but the fact you've got...
If he plays really bad, I can make some judgments off of it. If he plays great, I can't. Here's the thing. If you play great in the preseason,
right,
I can't say that you're going to be a great player. If you play atrocious in a preseason game, I can lean in a lot more on there that I don't think you're going to be the guy. It tells you a lot more about the downside in the game than the upside of how well you play.
I think that it's going to do pretty good ratings as far as preseason games go. You know what I mean? Because of the fact you got Sanders announced as a starter. Because I think people you want to see him succeed or see him fail, one or the other. And so I think that you'll probably get some pretty good ratings on that.
Call that polarizing.
Polarizing, that's the word I was looking for there, Bob.
I wasn't a writer for the Dispatch, but I did have a really good high school English teacher.
I never used the word polarized in an article I've ever written, I don't believe, for the Dispatch.
Mr. Bagby. Mrs. Elick.
Oh, you really? I thought you named characters of book. Those are your
Mrs.
teachers.
Marvin.
Yes.
And then Mr. Stockham, who ironically went to Cornell, played football there like Andy
really?
Bernard. I saw him at the Lancaster Festival the other day.
I went
It was his last year. If you ever have
Cornell. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, if you ever have a teacher that's in their last year before they're retiring, it's pretty sweet.
It's going to be a good time.
Well, yeah, because I mean and you're a senior. We were all checking out.
Double
we were all-
senioritis.
We were all checking out together. It was really great. He pulled in. We would do some. We just have conversations in class, hang out. Read some books, talk about stuff. Wrote maybe a couple papers. And one day he came in, and this was 2001, 2002, my senior year, and he had Eminem lyrics, and it was amazing. He was talking about how unbelievable he was, his ability to rhyme and create his lyrical ups and downs with his enunciations and his slant rhyming and different things. If you ever seen, there's an interview with him, and I don't know what, like, it was Dateline or 60 Minutes or something.
The orange thing?
The orange thing, where he's able to rhyme on, and that's what kind of what it was. And he had all his lyrics written down. I mean, he probably couldn't have done it with any other class. It was our AP English, senior English class, so everybody in there was fine with whatever. I mean, because some of his lyrics are fairly graphic in nature. These were some of the more benign ones, but still probably not school appropriate just by the subject matter that they were talking about. But it was awesome that he did that. It got me excited about English.
Yeah, Bodie, he had an interview where he was asked if there's anything he can't rhyme or any word he
Orange
can't
is
rhyme.
a word that has no
correct.
rhyming.
Yeah,
but he somehow talked his way through it to find a way to incorporate rhyming orange.
Yeah,
with just the way he said the word. Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good there in that one. So, did you ever see 8 Mile, Bob?
I mean, what am I not? That didn't play for the Lions?
I'm
not somebody who's from that era.
Okay. I've never
You
seen
do
the movie.
realize that the song, like, you've never seen that movie.
I've seen I've seen the rap battles at the end. That whole thing. It pops up.
There's rap battles throughout.
I'm saying the very end though, like when they're doing the
big one.
championship, the head-to-head and all that.
That's what they call it.
That's the
Championship rap battles.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and sing it for us, Tito?
But I'm just telling you, I've seen that lots
Everybody
of times. It
from the
pops up my
3-1.
feed.
You do realize that came out in like 2000, same years I'm talking about, like 02, 03.
Right.
That was during like the Buckeyes national championship run, and they played and they had like the beds and extended the song and had the Keith Jackson cuts in it. And
Oh, really? I
things.
didn't know that. Yeah.
November 6th, 2002.
That's when it came out?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that was a big deal. Like everybody went and watched it. 8 Mile.
8 Mile, yeah.
That's a street in Detroit.
Yes, it is. I do
Right
know
next
that
to the
part.
Green Mile, I think, isn't it?
It could be very well. It's very, very possible in that
It's
one.
actually north of 7 Mile and south of 9 Mile.
The rap battles at the end though were pretty good.
The whole movie I thought's pretty good.
Really, you give it a thumbs up as far as the movie goes. Yeah.
And now, granted, that was me watching it as a 18, 19-year-old.
Right.
But I've seen it subsequently since then, and maybe there's some nostalgia with it for me because of the era of time, what it represents, and like what was going on in my life, like the freshman year at Ohio State, win national championship, and they took the quote theme song for that movie and like bedded it out, and they would play that around all of our games and all the highlights.
Lose yourself thing, yeah.
Yeah, the whole just because that was the first time Ohio State had won a national championship in 34 years, so it's a fairly significant moment.
So one of the things they say about golf is that you can't win the tournament on the first day, but you can lose it, and that's kind of your take on Shedeur tonight. You can't win the job
tonight. You can
tonight.
put yourself in a good spot,
right?
But you could, if you play atrocious. What has been the narrative around Shedeur?
What the narrative is that he's made some bad throws. I know that
but just his ability to operate the offense.
Oh yeah, that right there. Yeah,
it's often it's not throwing.
Right.
It's like you had a great arm, but can you operate the offense?
Right.
Can you move the ball? Can everybody believe in you? Is the offense look coherent and cohesive when you're out there?
Right.
So if he goes out there and backs up that narrative, that's not good. If he goes out there and say, "Oh, okay," because here's the thing, he's only going to be seeing very vanilla looks.
Vanilla
all game.
defense, yeah.
I mean, there's not going to be a whole lot there. So if you can't do it against that says something to me.
All right, coming up next, do quick hitters, Morning Juice.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Oh, Bobby. WNBA's finally made it. They, two people have now been arrested for throwing.
Oh, they got a second.
What
you
it
just
says
told me
here.
one.
I thought they didn't know that, but a second person was arrested for throwing sex toy WNBA game, allegedly hit man and his 9-year-old niece in the stands.
So did it hit him or the niece? Or did it ping pong?
I think it might have ping ponged.
You know,
Cade
like a
Lopez.
helicopter right across both of their faces.
Cade Lopez, who's 18 years old, was arrested.
That's great.
18.
Good for
He was
him.
caught on video throwing
you know,
it.
the things that you can justify in your mind when you're 18 years old.
Yes.
God bless America.
The man who was struck by the toy wants Lopez prosecuted, as do the WNBA and the operators of the Mercury's Phoenix Arena.
If I got hit by anything in the face, I'd want somebody prosecuted for it. If they're throwing it on the court behind me, this is like they're throwing the squids out in hockey. Or a hat.
Maybe it'll be the new thing. Maybe that'll be the new thing there. But they that'll be the new tradition, I guess. But anyway, yeah. So it's happened now.
Those projectiles.
It's now happened 3 times, and yeah. So, but 2 people have been arrested now. So
That's good. Thanks for that's your WNBA minute.
That's the WNBA minute right here. Yes, it is. Let's do some quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Good morning, Bodie Wells.
Oh, happy Friday, fellas. Best day of the work week. Last season, the Detroit Lions, they were dealt a pretty tough hand on the injury front of things as they lost numerous starters, especially on the defensive side of the ball, in a year where it felt like they could make a run at the Super Bowl. The headliner of those injuries was star edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson, who suffered a broken leg in Week 6 last season when they beat the Cowboys. They did beat the Cowboys by about 100 in that game, so at least they had that going for them. Good news for Lions fans, though. Hutchinson has been back on the field during training camp this summer. Not only does he appear to be back to 100%, he's also been dominating in practice, so much so that Detroit has implemented a Hutch rule where the offense continues to run whatever play was called, despite the frequency of Hutchinson's having a would-be sack if the play happened to be live. I don't think that teams continuing to allow their offenses to attempt to execute a given play in these scenarios is completely foreign, Carp, but nevertheless, got to feel good for Lions fans to hear that Hutchinson is looking back to be himself here in this camp.
That's big. You need a great edge rusher. They have that guy again, and it's great to see for them. I'm happy for Dan Campbell. And this is one thing, like it was when the Bosa's and Chase Young were here, and they would run by and beat a lineman, just run by the quarterback, and they'd throw, and everybody would just act like that didn't happen. The play would
they had the same kind of thing when you were there?
Yeah, I mean, you just run by and the quarterback completed the ball, and I'm like, and everybody's like, oh, look at that catch. I'm like, yeah, that
was a 4-yard sack.
Yeah, Justin would have been on his back, or JT would have been dead. Like, that's not real. But not many people have guys like that, but that's awesome for Hutch. Glad to hear that for the Lions. And my man, Dan Campbell, getting one of their stars back.
I find myself rooting for the Lions for some reason. I'm not sure why, but
because they're like rooting for the Bills, man. I mean, it's like they've been beaten down so much for so long, and now they finally have a team, and you just want to see them be able to consummate it and win.
Yeah,
like go win a Super Bowl, and it would be so great for the city of Detroit. It'd be great for the city of Buffalo. Hell, it'd be great for the city of Cleveland if they could ever figure that out, to see those teams win.
So he ended up Hutchinson last year. He had 7.5 quarterback takedowns and led the Lions last season, and he missed 12 games. So he was having a hell of a year before the injury happened. And the fact the Lions were able to continue as far as they did, losing a key piece like that says
they lost
something.
So much.
Yeah. He's a damn good player though. And the Lions should be fun to watch again this year. And you're right, the edge rusher thing. And I don't remember. If you were an NFL owner, where would you want to throw your more money towards, or what would be a bigger priority for you? Would be to find a great quarterback or find a great edge rusher, because edge rushers, that's the quarterback position of the defense as far as importance goes.
I'm going to cut that clip and send it to Jerry Jones today, Tito.
Please.
If you think you laugh and you cry, that's a heck of a day. And what Jimmy V might have left out of that sentence is getting paid, or at least that's what some members of his 1983 national champion winning NC State Wolfpack feel. Several members of the Cardiac Pack team filed a lawsuit for name, image, and likeness compensation back in June of 2024. But yesterday, a North Carolina judge dismissed that lawsuit, putting an end to all of that. The recent NCAA House settlement backpaid athletes for lost NIL opportunities dating back to 2016. And Tito, I feel this may not be the last of this type of lawsuit, but anything prior to that year of 2016, it feels like just a lost cause. Yeah. Just like we talked about last couple weeks or so with the Terrell Pryor thing.
Yep. 12 players filed the suit. Ironically, Derek Whittenberg, who took the last shot, he'll tell you it's a pass, but who took that last shot, and then Lorenzo Charles, who had the dunk. Now, Lorenzo Charles is dead, so he couldn't, but his estate, his family did not join the suit, but
good for them.
Wittenberg didn't either. Derek Wittenberg was not part of the suit either.
I mean, listen, at some point in time, like, the rules were the rules then.
Yeah.
We can all complain about it.
Right.
You can say whatever. People would always ask my dad, and they've asked me about this. Oh, think how much NIL money you would make. You know what? I don't know if I would trade all of that money for the memories and things that I was able to do in college, because these guys have a different expectation of how they're supposed to live now. And I guess I got some of that from my dad, who people would say, oh, think how much money you would have made if you played today with these players.
Right.
Like, that's great. Good for them. I'm happy for those guys. This is awesome. I'm not going to sit there and cry and complain about the dollars that I feel like I should have gotten.
It's like the whole speed limit thing. You can't go, just because now it's 70 miles an hour on freeways around here and things like that, you can't go back and contest a ticket you got if you were going 68 and a 55 or something. You can't go back there and say, hey, you know what, now let's go back to the over. Since it's 70 now, you should reimburse me for this. The lawsuit said that for more than 40 years, the NCAA and its co-conspirators have systematically and intentionally
systematic oppression.
I like that. Intentionally misappropriated the cardiac PAC's publicity rights, including their names, images, and likenesses associated with that game and that play, reaping scores of millions of dollars from the cardiac PAC's legendary victory.
So here's the thing. If they're selling posters with sponsors with their name on it, I get that.
Right.
And then you could probably, but they would have had to do that at the present time. Like, that's how all that stuff got started at Ohio State.
Yeah.
It was with the Toyota banners that were hanging up there that they were putting players' name, image, and likeness on, and then you were selling sponsorships off of those.
Right.
Hanging in the stadium. And so that's what guys are like, well, if you're going to sell those for $25,000 a piece, I should be getting some of that.
If I'm on there, yes.
And that's real.
Sure.
But if they're just talking about it and they're not like actually monetizing it, then come on, man.
So the Superior Court Judge Mark A. Davis wrote.
Mark Davis, is he also?
Might be.
So you think it's the same Mark Davis that owns the Raiders?
Just show me the hairline,
so you
I'll
think
tell you.
He moonlights?
Yeah, I think he moonlights. He probably
as a
does.
federal judge.
He wrote a 44-page order.
That's 100% him. Mark, you know what? People always say he's an absentee owner with the Raiders. This is what he's been
This
doing.
is the problem. It said because their claims are untimely, barred by their failure to allege a violation of a legally enforceable right, and preempted by the Federal Copyright Act, dismissal of this action is in its entirety is appropriate. So, there was a old basketball player for, I think, Kansas, who tried to do something like this as well. I don't know which one it was. It was, but it said a former Kansas basketball player. That was dismissed in April. So, yeah, you can't go back and rewrite. It's too bad. But, the NC State people were getting upset because of how many times their highlights are shown during,
Those are
March
highlights,
Madness. I know. And how much the play gets played every single year in March over and over and over.
But
So
that's like, those are highlights.
Yeah, right.
It'd be one thing if they were selling a video.
Yeah.
Or something you could monetize and buy, then
Right.
yes, that's fine.
Next up here, last one. Most NFL preseason games aren't considered to be must-attend events, but tonight's game between the Patriots and Commanders in Foxborough might cross that threshold. At least if you're a Pats fan, that's because at 6 o'clock this evening, New England is set to unveil the larger-than-life 12-foot statue of their former legendary quarterback, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., the 15-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro member, 3-time MVP, 7-time Super Bowl champ, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, and all-time NFL leader in passing yards and touchdowns. I think that's certainly worthy of a statue, don't you think, Carp?
What's amazing is the fact that he only was 3-time first-team All-Pro.
When I wrote that down, and I saw that yesterday, I was like, that cannot be right. And I was
he
like,
was there with Peyton and Favre and
Breeze,
Rodgers. There's a
yeah.
lot of other guys that probably.
And I'm sure they all probably have
Aaron won
about
four.
Aaron
won four MVPs.
Split it up. And Rodgers was a good bit younger than a lot of those guys.
So those guys
he
were
got a
getting
couple
older.
of those later on.
Yeah. So that's what's crazy is this guy. People talk about the greatest of all time. He was only first-team All-Pro 3 times. The probably his 3 MVP seasons.
As far as all-pro selections, Peyton Manning got 10 of them.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
9
share.
10 also for Otto Graham, 9 for Sammy Baugh and Sid Luckman, 8 for Unitas and Dan Marino. This says that Brady was a 7-time All-Pro. Does that mean second team or something like that?
Yeah, that might have second team in there.
Which I'm guessing some
right,
of Peyton's 10 were first.
Yes.
I would have to imagine.
Peyton's,
right?
his went all first. Yeah, Brady's 05. He made 07 was that the Moss year? Was that 07?
Yeah.
And then, he was first team there and first team in, 10 it looks like. But anyway, Bob, my question, though, is will there be a statue of Belichick up there at all, ever?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so at some point it gets done?
Yeah. Time heals everything.
So, but Brady...
They got a bust of OJ in the Hall of Fame.
That's true. It got stolen.
Bill Belichick, I know.
He still has his Heisman, doesn't he?
Well, he had it. I don't know if he...
He's no longer with
do you
us.
think they buried him with it?
I think the Goldman family might have it now, right? Because he probably had to give it up in some kind of... and they probably melted it down if they did that. But
melted down to what? A pile of bronze?
Yeah, just as a symbolic thing, Bob. I wouldn't think they would, or they'd break it. You know what I mean?
Throw it in the ocean.
Something, yeah. Do something like that. I would think they could do that. But
set off.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, do that.
I mean, you're the one over here suggesting this nonsense.
That might have taken it too far, though, Bob. I don't think I would go quite to that extreme on that one. But something happened, by the way, in baseball. Something happened this weekend, I should say.
Ooh.
I think it's this weekend. I got to double check this now. But Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw are going to go against each other. It's actually today for the 5th time in their careers. And the first time they pitched against each other, Bob, they were both rookies in 2008.
Long time ago.
And they'll both be in the Hall of Fame someday. And so it's being projected like right now. These are the first. That was the first time back in 2008 when they were when they faced each other. The two rookie pitchers started against each other that both went to the Hall of Fame eventually.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, on that game, I saw this on The Athletic. Yeah, to September 2008 when they did that, they were not the scheduled starters. The scheduled starters that day were Randy Johnson and Greg Maddux.
Jeez.
And so Johnson didn't pitch because of back issues. Maddux, they just ended up holding him out. And then, so went Scherzer and Kershaw against each other that day. It was a Sunday afternoon at Dodger Stadium, it says.
Think of all the people that were disappointed that they didn't see Maddux and Johnson.
Right,
Got to watch those guys.
Right, I'm not going to the game. They said Johnson and Maddux aren't pitching. That's why we were going to the game. Let's go do something else. And then it could have been those two guys you could have seen instead.
Randy Johnson, last 300-game winner.
It's the first time in the 20th century. I think it said that the 19th back in September 22nd, 1890, Cy Young started against Kid Nichols of the Boston Bean Eaters.
The Boston Bean Eaters.
Cy Young, the Cleveland Spiders, took on Kid Nichols of the Boston Bean Eaters, a game in Ohio. So, you're right, Bob.
Boston Bean Eaters.
Yeah, the Boston Bean Eaters, they were called.
What a great name.
Can't get away with that now, Bob.
Probably not.
Not in today's society. You can't call somebody a bean eater now. You can't do it.
It was just a team name.
I know. Well, so was Indians. All right, so that's it for our quick hitters. That's it for our first hour. And coming up next, the consensus is the Ravens will win the AFC North, but who will finish second? We'll do that top of the hour. Morning Juice.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
We ask parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Bobby is known as the General. Tito shops at Dollar General. This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Bobby, I saw this article by Mo Moten. Hell of a name there.
Who?
Mo Moten. And he was predicting the division standings, records for everybody in the NFL this year. In the AFC North, do you want to wager a guess at what team he had first?
You just said the Ravens.
The Ravens. That's right. I want to make sure you're
listening to the tease.
Do you want to guess?
I was excited to see where we were going.
Okay. Do you want to guess their record? What the projected record is?
12-5.
14-3.
That's pretty impressive. Oof.
Now in second place, he's got the Steelers at 11-6. Bengals at 9-8.
That gets you excited when you heard that?
Oh yes, of course it did. Look, I'm telling you, this team, it's a Tomlin team. They've got a veteran quarterback.
Can't score and play good defense, get bounced in the first round.
I think this year, they're a real threat to win the division.
It hurts, buddy.
The Bengals are 9-8. Do you want to guess the record he has for the Browns?
5-11.
2-15.
Even better.
2-15. Not good for the Browns on that one.
Drew Aller, come on down.
Yeah, oh God, he's not going to be a great pro, is he?
Why not?
Well, I'll tell you a little more after I see him play this year, but we'll see what happens.
He's got the Bills winning the AFC East at 12-5, Patriots 8-9, Dolphins 7-10, Jets 6-11. Anything surprise you there? I think
the Pats might be a little better than that.
A little better at 8-9.
Yeah,
I think as long as they're playing, they'll play meaningful football at the end of the season. If they're still competing for a berth, that'll be a great season, I think, for them after what they've endured the last couple of years. Over in the AFC South, he's got Jacksonville winning it at 9-8.
That's a beaut right there, Clark.
And then Houston at 9-8.
I tell you, Tito,
pump those games into my Thursday night veins.
I tell you what, I wouldn't be more surprised if my head sewn to the carpet tomorrow morning than Jacksonville winning that division.
Houston 9-8 also, but the Jacksonville winning it via the tiebreaker.
Houston at 9-8 versus Jackson at 9? Does Houston? I guess Houston won it, so they probably have a much tougher. They have a first place schedule this year,
right?
And maybe that's how he thinks that Jacksonville is going to get there.
Yeah, I seem to think I believe Houston will be better than Jacksonville, but this is a very important season for Trevor Lawrence. Because we just see how they play, how they incorporate Hunter into the offense there, and how often he's out there doing that. But another season with Brian Thomas Jr. That Thomas Jr. and Hunter, it's a pretty damn good 1-2 punch there, receiver. Mm-hmm. He's got the Titans at 5-12 and the Colts at 4-13. Statement was, regardless of who wins a quarterback battle between Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, Indianapolis could be in for a bottom-out season.
What are we talking, Coach? I just told you the Vladdies are getting together to watch
that one.
To watch the Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson quarterback battle. The fate of the free world depends on that.
Let's not leave Riley Leonard out of that quarterback battle.
That's true. I don't know who the unifier will be. Maybe Riley Leonard is that guy.
They got three guys who can run it. Can't hit the broadside of a barn when they throw it.
Right. He's got this is before the injury on the offensive line for the Chargers. He's got the Chargers at 13-4, Chiefs 12-5, Broncos 10-7, Raiders 7-10. I think if the Raiders 7-10, that's a good year for them.
That's a huge year for them.
I think it's a big year for them if they do that, if they can get to that point. He's got the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos leading that division. Over the NFC East, he's got Philly at 12-5, Commanders 10-7, Cowboys 8-9, Giants 4-13. The Cowboys, as long as they get Parsons, if they miss Parsons, then I could see an 8-9 or worse kind of season.
Would you feel better if they're 8-1, Bodie, versus 8-9?
If that happens for Tomlin, it's another non-losing season, right?
Yeah, Schottenheimer never had a losing season.
Right.
How many years? Well, one, but
I gotta believe the Cowboys will be better if they get Parsons in camp and get him going and doesn't miss any games. I think the Cowboys are a 10-7 team this year. I really do. I think
you'd be surprised, Tito. I'm serious. I don't think they have a lot of talent.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think they're that talented. I think if Brian can get them above 500, I think that's a hell of a...
Yeah, that's...
I mean, do you think most Cowboy fans would look at it like that? Like, if he gets to 9 wins, that's a good job out of him.
Because I know, like, Cowboys fans kind of get this rap as, like, they think they're going to win the Super Bowl every year. But, like, I think the ones who actually, like, care and follow the team can't stand the team, frankly. But, I mean, when they ripped off 3 straight 12-win seasons in the last few years, they were good. Like, they had a lot of talent on the team.
I think they're actually better on those teams than they actually ended up performing in the playoffs. I think those teams
I would agree with that. Yeah, there was a couple years in particular where it was like we lost to San Fran at home and a poor performance. You know, you got absolutely hammered by Green Bay, which never should have happened. But like last year going into the season.
Big Mike
and then
Aaron's revenge.
Yeah, well, Jordan Love was there.
Oh, that was Love. That's right. You're correct in saying that.
But I genuinely thought this last year, and I think this year as well. Like, I don't think they have a lot of talent. I think they got some really high-end players. Right. CD's great.
Yeah.
I know Dak isn't, like, amazing, but I think he's a good starting quarterback. But Parsons is great, obviously. But past that, it starts even some of the bigger names, like Trayvon Diggs, like, can't even stay on the field, and he hasn't been good the last couple of years, and he's not been.
Here's the thing: he was an interception machine, but he got beat a lot. Like, he gambles.
Yeah, but his second year after he had all those interceptions in 21, his interceptions went way down in 2022. But he was a really good cover corner that year. But then he got hurt September of 23. Hasn't been healthy since, and I know the team has not been very thrilled about how he has attacked his rehab. And then otherwise, they've just like, I'm serious, like that's been a big issue down in the DFW there. But otherwise, like, you know, there's been a lot of talent that's just walked out the door, whether it's free agency or guys like Zach Martin and Tyron Smith retiring and whatnot. I don't think they have a lot of talent on the team.
Well, they've always had the great offensive line, and then one day you wake up and your offensive line is just old.
Yeah.
And they're all gone, and that's what happened in Dallas. They missed that window with one of the best offensive lines in football for a number of years.
I think George Pickens is a good pickup for them.
I think it'll be good for him.
I agree.
He's not a number one receiver.
No.
But he's a damn good number two.
CD.
Yeah.
Well,
but then
he's
like,
motivated.
In that same breath, though, then it's like, who's the third or fourth wide receiver, which I know like isn't the most. Every team's got holes, right? But after Lamb and Pickens, I don't know that it's great. Ferguson's a nice tight end, but after him, it's not great. They might have the worst running back room in the league.
That's
like, you know, they're bringing back Zeke, I heard.
Oh, sure, why not? I think their linebackers with Overshown injured they're fine. Deron Bland is a nice corner, but their safeties and corners outside of him are fine. Like, even a guy like Jordan Lewis, who they lost to, I think Jacksonville was in free agency. Like, he was a solid player for him the last handful of years. And
I think Jaden Blue is going to be good this year, the rookie running back.
I mean,
yes.
I guess. But now you're talking about a 7th round.
If you're relying on rookies, you think like rookies drafted after the 3rd round are going to be big pieces? If they are, that's a bonus and that's great. But you cannot rely on that.
No, I know you can't rely on it. I'm not saying he's going to lead the league in rushing. He's not going to do like what Zeke did his rookie year. I'm just saying I think he's going to be. I think he at the end of the year he'll lead the Cowboys in rushing. I think he'll be the leading rusher for the Cowboys this year.
Someone's got to lead the Cowboys in
rushing.
He'll be them. Yeah, it could be Dak also. Right, could be him also. And the NFC North. He's got the Packers at 11-6, the Bears at 10-7, Lions 9-8, Vikings 7-10.
Oof.
What surprises you out of that, Bob?
Vikings 7-10. I don't know if that's accurate. He has the Bears as what?
He has the Bears going 10-7.
That's this guy's. Well, I do like Ben Johnson, but I'm not sold on Caleb Williams.
No, I'm not either. I'm not sold on him also, but
I mean, did he paint winter on his fingernails this year?
I don't know if he did. I'm not sure if he did or not. They've got Dennis Allen there now as the
D coordinator.
The D coordinator there, and so that should help out as well. I
would say it'll be Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, Chicago, and I think there's a good chance that the top 3 could all make the playoff.
Okay, yeah, he's got Detroit 9-8.
I think Minnesota. I think Green Bay could beat Minnesota. I think Green Bay, Minnesota. A lot of that's going to depend on the quarterback play.
Yeah.
If J.J. McCarthy plays well, then I think it's Minnesota. If he doesn't and Love plays well, then I think it's Green Bay.
I think the Jordan Addison loss is significant for the first 3 games for McCarthy.
It is. That'll hurt.
Yeah. The NFC South has got Tampa Bay at 11-6, the Falcons 8-9, Panthers 4-13, Saints 2-15. Now,
Panthers what?
What's that?
Panthers were what?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Heather's what? I wasn't sure. I thought it was a joke. Yeah, Panthers are 4. They got them third at 4-13.
Yeah, it sounds probably about right. Falcons were.
Oh, I'm sorry. Falcons were. They had them at 9-8, 8-9.
8-9.
Yep.
Okay.
Bryce Young looked good at the end of last year when he came back off the benching. He looked good,
and so I think they could be more of that 6-win team, which would be a step for them.
Yep.
Tampa Bay is the best team in the division. I don't think it's really close, but I don't think they're a great team. Like, they're a team that will get into the playoffs. They can maybe win a game, but that's probably all you expect.
Carolina getting, Ted McMillan now through the draft. And you're right, Tampa Bay and Bucky Irving, he's going to be the bell cow back for them. And getting Ibuka in there when they had, Godwin still not all the way back from his injuries last year. And Godwin was off to a fantastic start last year. It'd be nice if they could get him back. If they had those three receivers, Evans, Godwin,
I wonder how he's
and
attacking his rehab.
I'm not sure on that one. But I think Deshaun tried to attack his rehab, and look what happened. He tore his Achilles again or whatever. NFC West.
He was dancing outside.
That's what it was. Dancing. He pulled it while throwing his money on the bed. 49ers 12-5, Cardinals 10-7, Rams 9-8, Seahawks 7-10. The Rams at 9-8 is interesting. Stafford, it's never good to have a back injury if you're a player in the NFL, especially on one of his age.
Don't know anybody who used to have a bad back.
No, I'm saying at his age, the back issues I think could be a problem this year. And I don't even know who the backup is for the Rams. It's is it Garoppolo still?
They had Garoppolo. They drafted what's his name out of
they got Jimmy
Georgia.
G and Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett. Okay,
Yeah.
So Jimmy G's still the backup there. I don't know. I mean, the Rams. They added Devontae Adams.
I think the Rams are a playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
Some of that's going to depend on Stafford's health and then how well their defense plays. The problem is you start looking, what is San Francisco? Like, are they able to bounce back and snap back?
Right. Hey,
12 wins feels like
it seems like a lot.
A lot for them, maybe. Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey.
They stay healthy.
Yeah.
Some of it's health.
McCaffrey staying healthy at this point, I feel like, is kind of.
It's really
It's a gamble.
I agree. Yes. And that they're going to need that. They're going to need him to stay healthy. I know Brock Purdy, I'm not sold on him as being a above average quarterback.
I think he's above average.
I think he's above average.
Yeah. I think with what they ask, and he does a really good job of doing what they ask him to do.
I think, yeah.
I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about everybody else staying healthy because the rest of their team's a lot older.
Trent Williams missed the last 7 games.
To the point, worried about people staying healthy. Trent Williams. I mean,
he's like
some
40.
Of these guys were in the league when I was in the league, some of them. So that's how I know there's health concerns.
So getting back to what we started off with when we were talking earlier about Shedeur Sanders and these guys, Bob. Take me back to your first preseason game you ever played. And what were you feeling? What was it like? Like, was it a huge ball of nerves at all? Or were you, when you, before you took the
I would
field
say
coach?
I was a little nervous. We played Seattle. I was in Dallas. I got rolled up on. I was actually on punt coverage, which sucked. It's the first time, and I tweaked my ankle a little bit. And I never taped my ankle, so I had to tape it for like a couple of days after that. And the trainer's like, you need to tape them.
You never taped your ankle?
No.
Okay.
Athletes don't tape. You ever see a cheetah with taped ankles? Show me one of those lions when it goes out to hunt.
I've never seen him on turf before either.
Well, that is true. We could probably get him out there if we need to.
Sure.
You ever see a dog stretch before?
Where'd you get that
chasing cars?
cougar? Trapped
Exactly.
it, keep it in the bathroom, feed it old pizza.
That's the best part. Where'd you get the...
What's that one from?
That's Talladega Nights.
Oh,
I saw a
okay.
cougar when I was at the zoo on Wednesday. They're actually walking around and moving. But I was a little nervous, I guess. Didn't play great my first couple preseason games. I mean, we played up in Seattle, and that was your first game's always a little bit of a shock. And then we played my second game in Shreveport against the Saints because the Superdome was still under construction, and it was about 8,000 degrees.
Wow.
It was so hot. We played the Saints. Sean had just gotten there. He had left Dallas the year before. He wanted to make an example of it to Bill. They had Reggie. And that's before people knew that they were going to be good. They hadn't been good for a while. And then they had Drew, Reggie, and they drafted a bunch of guys really well, and they played really good, and I did not. I'm trying to think of my third preseason game.
I'm shocked you ever taped your ankles.
No, never. I taped them a little bit in high school just on games so I could spat, because the spat looked sweet, and the trainer refused to spat me unless I actually had taped ankles. But, I mean, dude, an elite athlete. I never taped my ankle. I used to play basketball in bare feet growing up.
Did you really?
Yeah, I mean, dude, we'd run around outside and not worry about a thing. So I said, why would I worry about taping my ankles? People said it was nuts. I rolled my ankle one time and I broke it one time. So for a course of 11 years in college and the NFL, I think that I knew what I was talking about.
I had to pump up the Reeboks before I started playing basketball. I did the Reebok
because
pumps.
your ankles had become dependent upon those things, and I would wear low-top shoes and play basketball in bare feet. And it's like, dude, your ligaments become strong and tendons based upon the stresses placed upon them. If you're going to give them a crutch all the time, you're going to walk around with a cane off, you're going to ruin your leg strength.
Coming up next, hey, buckle up on this one. We tell when we have Schlegs on, we tell you to get ready. Get ready, Ya Highness. Chad from WeWinUwin.com doing that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people. But anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Okay, let's go. Top row.
EYECARE?
Good. Next row.
AM America? iCareAmerica.org?
Yes, I Care America helps seniors who haven't had a medical eye exam in 3 or more years. They also help those with an increased risk for glaucoma, and the appointment is often free or at no out-of-pocket cost. It's easy to see if you qualify. Go to EYECareAmerica.org.
Bobby knows what it's like to be a winner. Tito knows what it's like to be thrown out of an all-you-can-eat buffet.
You're here 4 hours.
This is Morning Juice.
All right, we do this every week at this time.
helping you win your sports bets. This is Top Picks on Morning Juice.
Top Picks is powered by WeWinYouWin.com. Built by winners for winners. Stop guessing and start cashing.
He is Ya Highness. Chad joins us now. Check us out on YouTube. Chad, how are you this morning, my friend?
Guys, did you not have your 5-hour energy, your Red Bull, your Monster, whatever it is to get you up and going? But I think you need a little kick in the pants. So here we go. Everybody there in Columbus, good morning to the 614, baby. Let's go.
All right. Chad, how'd you do on your big pick last week? I forgot to check it out.
So you had me on Wednesday, and I said Ohio State's going to win the Big Ten championship. So we got a couple months to find out if everyone's going to be a winner. But I like it. Plus 200. I think the Buckeyes are going to be really good this year. I like the kid, Julian. Just saying. I think he's going to be I think that's the guy down there in Columbus.
Yep, they're going to be we got a chance to watch him a little bit last week at the practices, and Bobby goes out there all the time to watch him play. Yeah, it's going to be a fun season this year for Ohio State again. With college football now right around the corner, we are just a couple weeks away from the first 4 Saturday games, I believe, first 4 college football games. Is there a conference you want to look at today?
Oh, did I lose you?
Yeah,
we got you again.
Yeah, is there a conference you want to preview today there, Chad?
Yeah, so let's jump into the Big 12. Let me do this. Let me touch on the one team I really like versus what they have the win total for them, and then one team I really hate based on the win total. Let me go over both teams, and then if you guys have questions, I'll answer. And then I got a preseason bet for tonight's game.
Look out.
So we'll get into that as far as the bet, yeah. So starting with the Big 12, the team I love, Iowa State, the Cyclones. I don't know if they can say this. Woo! Tornado warning, Cyclones. Ames, Iowa, folks.
Yes.
Great defense. They're returning 10 kids on defense from last year. Rico Rocco, the quarterback, he's coming back. That was the down part with them. The offense, they were unreliable, but Campbell's got those guys. Pretty much mistake-free football for the most part, and they're about a 13-1 dog to win a championship at some of the best odds. 7.5 wins. I think this is a 10 or 11 win team. It's a pretty easy schedule, and I think there's some down teams in the Big 12. Now to flip the script and go to the team I hate out here in my state, Arizona, the Wildcats, U of A. They have the over-under at 5.5, and I think that's inflated. Way too high. I see this maybe as a 2 or 3 win team. And they get those at the beginning of the year at the cup peak. The defense is terrible. Might be the worst defense in the whole conference. The road schedule is brutal. There's a ton of travel back and forth with, the geographical issues in college football is a different story for a different day. But the quarterback is maybe 180 pounds. One good hit, his season's done, and they got no backup. So I got really low expectations for the Wildcats in Tucson, under 5.5 wins for the regular season.
So getting
Bobby,
back,
I know you're itching to tell me something.
Oh, no, I don't hate those. I like with Rocco Beck returning at Iowa State. They're going to be good. Matt Campbell just signed a big extension there. Like they're in a good spot. In Arizona, like you said, they've got they're maybe a little thin there, and even at a 5.5, they might be hitting on the under there. You're one of the few people that dives into the betting on preseason games, Ya Highness, which is truly amazing because I feel like you've got to be a glutton for punishment to be getting involved in that. How's it been going so far, and do we have anything that we're looking at playing moving forward?
So this will be my first bet for the NFL preseason this year. I didn't mess around with the Hall of Fame game or any of the games. But you guys mentioned already on the show, you got the Washington Commanders heading up to Foxborough. I expect that stadium to be full, right? They're doing the statue.
Yeah, the Brady
thing,
statue unveiling, yep.
Brady. So I expect that to be a packed house, a lot of energy. But here's really the key. And if you guys follow football at home or listening, the quarterback, right? JD shouldn't be playing. Mariota shouldn't be playing. They're going third and fourth string for the Commanders. Vrabel said everybody healthy will suit up and play. Drake May, I believe, will get at least the first couple series. And then they got, Josh Dobbs. But Dobbs, I think, is the guy's name coming in. Both are very viable NFL quarterbacks and should be on the 52-man roster. I'm not so sure about the third and fourth string in Washington. I think they struggle to score points. I like New England. This line shot up, but keep it on this side of 7. 6.5. You can get somewhere between minus 105 to minus 110. But there's going to be a lot more depth and a lot more guys that you'll actually see regular season playing for New England tonight versus what Washington puts on the field.
Yeah, I would say on preseason, you've got to do probably a lot more research than you normally would on other games because of things like that. You've got to look at the deep into the roster on guys that are going to play, don't you?
It really is, right? Because, I mean, if we look at starting first and second string guys, I like Washington a lot better than what's going on tonight, right? We're playing third and fourth string guys. We got to look at depth. We got to look at, do we have a lot of, second, third, rookie type guys kind of going there, cutting their teeth, trying to make a name for themselves? Or do we have a bunch of veterans that might not even be suiting it up? So guys like JD, he's not suiting up. Mariota's been in the league forever. He's questionable anyways. He won't suit it up. So they're going to be on third and fourth string quarterback in Washington. I can't imagine a ton of offense coming out of them as well. Maybe an under. I just hate unders in preseason.
Oh.
Cleveland Browns game would be another under I would look at. I don't think Sanders moves the ball a ton there in that game.
I mean, Ya Highness, what about the saying that life's too short to bet the under?
Yeah, you're always a winner with the under until you're a loser, right? I mean, you open the day with the winning ticket and then you end with the loser. It's just I can't watch. I do bet unders. I just can't watch the game. Overs. Let's play the emotions. Overs, baby. The fans love the overs. Let's go over.
So Shedeur Sanders suiting up for the Browns. You mentioned you don't think he'll move the ball that much for the Browns. You like the under in that game, or at least the whatever the under is on the Browns total. They're not going to score much.
Yeah, I liked it what it opened up at, which was 34.5. I think it's down to 32.5. Again, this is preseason football, guys. They're not trying to win the game. They're trying to run plays and systems and schemes. And, for instance, you're going to have defensive formations out there that don't necessarily correspond with the offensive personnel, and that's because it's not game time. This is basically a practice, right? I mean, that's what this is. So they're out there practicing drills, practicing game plans, practicing scripts, things like that. So there will be times where the offensive personnel and the defensive personnel doesn't always make sense, but it's because they're doing two different things.
All right. Tell us what's going on with WeWinYouWin.com.
Yeah, head over to WeWinYouWin.com. We have 2 contests coming up. Both are supporting local charities there in Ohio, boys and girls youth sports. The first one is the NCAA Survivor Pool. Real simple, like any Survivor Pool you've ever played. You pick one team, but it's got to be an AP top 25 team. Can't pick them more than once. You basically go all the way through to the bowl games. Full details on the website. And then the other one is we have an NFL streak for the cash, NFL After Dark. Thursday night games, Monday night games. You simply just pick the winner straight up, no points. Whoever has the longest win streak wins. We guarantee a minimum of $1,000, but honestly, the Survivor Pool will probably have somewhere between $4,000 to $5,000 for first place. It's only $42 to get it. We give 10 of that to the charity. The rest goes to the prize pool.
There you go. You're the man, Chad. We appreciate it. We'll keep an eye out on that New England game tonight, and we'll chat about that and other stuff. When we get close to football, even regular season stuff next week when we chat. So thanks for the time, brother. Have a great weekend.
Hey, get in where you fit in, boys. We'll see you next week.
All right. There's Ya Highness. Always a treat having Ya Highness on.
It's the gift that keeps on giving all year long, Clark.
Let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, it's a Friday, General.
Buckeyes, it's a Friday, so that's got me juiced. Got my son's scrimmage, Arlington scrimmaging over at Darby today. So after I lift, watch a little Ohio State's practice, going to head out there, do my show with Schlegs. We've got our Friday night practice, which I loathe, for our 5th and 6th grade team from 5 to 6:30. Like, Bodie, I'm going to be honest, I'd like to be like 2 cocktails deep by the start of that practice.
I respect that. Well, who says you can't do both?
Well, and here's the amazing thing. I have to listen to all these people gripe and this and that and all these things about coaches and whatever. I never played little league football in Lancaster. My dad wouldn't let me play. He was afraid I would get hurt. Kind of like Chubbs in that way. They wouldn't let me play on the tour. damn alligator bit my hand off, cut me down in my prime. But it's so we get that out there. But one of my buddies used to say there was a guy who coached, and this is honestly, now people look at this as if it's a little unique, possibly weird. If you're coaching, you don't have a kid on the team, but we would have like community youth coaches. Like they had kids, their kids graduated, they're in high school, whatever. Maybe they were done. They're 45, 55, 60 years old, and they'd still be coaching like the same like youth team, because ours was kind of based upon like what park you lived by or where you're at, and they just coached. I had a soccer coach like that when I was like in second or third grade. Well, that's just what she did. She lived down the street. Like no one thought anything of it. Now people would probably ask if you're in the Epstein files. I mean, I don't know. But one of the coaches, and I didn't play for him, but he would always show up with this giant big gulp at practice every day. And my buddy told me, like looking back on it, he was 100% that was filled with something.
Oh yeah,
probably not a legal beverage.
Water.
Yeah, right. Water in there, Coach.
Gatorade.
Whether it's some beer, whether it's a mixed drink, cocktail, you figure it out. I mean, he was getting it done, and that was on Monday nights. I mean, let alone on a Friday night, for heaven's sake.
I think I remember, Bob, that when I was
I saw your boy Tony Gwynn yesterday too.
Tony Gwynn,
Anthony Gwynn.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He was over at practice.
Yeah. Oh,
asked him if he knew you. He said he was, I don't
Whatever.
know who that is.
Whatever. His son's playing.
I don't know who that is.
I think the last time I saw him was at...
no one calls him Tony Gwynn?
I've never called him Tony Gwynn. No, it's always been Anthony.
I mean, he said he was the most famous Tony Gwynn.
The other guy's the other Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
I think the last time I saw him was at Demetrius's...
Celebration of Life.
Yeah, Celebration of Life.
Yeah, but he was over at practice yesterday.
Yeah, son plays a walk-on this year.
Yeah, so he was out at practice. So it was Jerry Rosinski, Sonny Style, a lot of the older dudes from that era. Their kids are all on the team, which is ironic and tremendous as well. So got a chance to see that at practice yesterday. Excited. We got a big scrimmage tomorrow. So Ryan is hoping that there's some progress made with the quarterbacks and trying to figure that out. And I was talking to somebody. I go, when do you think he'll know? Like, when do you think he'll know in the quarterbacks? Said, well, I'm guessing he'll probably drag that out to probably game week, just to not for the competitive edge. I go, oh, I get that, but I go, when do you think he will actually know? Like, with his own eyes, this is the decision that's made. And it's like, that's a great question, because I know he'd probably like to know sooner rather than later. And I know everybody thinks Julian Sain's going to start, and I'm not saying that he won't, but it is a legitimate quarterback competition. So going to watch some of that practice tomorrow. Get into a fun weekend here, and I mean we're plowing ahead, man. I mean it's going to be over, and camp will be over. High school's got scrimmages this week. They got another one I think next week, and then
they start up. Yeah,
then they start games. So school starts next week. Final weekend, folks. Most of Columbus will be starting school here this week, 13th, 14th, getting rolling, which is crazy early to think about. But all of that's got me juiced. Watched a little bit of that Bengals game, seeing Joe Burrow throw a touchdown pass to Jamar Chase. That had me juiced. That was pretty exciting. That did happen, right? They didn't call that back.
That's correct.
I saw him enter the end zone as I was walking away, and I was hoping that there wasn't a flag on the play. But that's got me juiced.
Look up right there. There you go.
It is.
Right on the
Look
TV.
At him. Turn
Tito,
the
break your
corner.
neck. You'll see it.
There, perfect. Running on in. So good for those guys. That's got me juiced as well. I know Bodie Shark used to always say Friday's the best day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
You got about 38 more years for you saying that before you'll be there. 30, almost 40 years to figure that out. So excited. But what has Schlegel's got to say?
Are the ones that are preforming, which is the student athletes of all the things that we talked about.
Preforming or performing?
Preforming. I did say preforming. Yeah.
That was after the third thing of Larry Combs and some other thing that he misspoke.
Washer. It's all the same thing.
It's not washer. I mean, he said preforming.
It's
performing. P-E-R. Close enough.
What has me juiced today, guys? Super juiced that it's Friday. Lucky for me. It's split custody of the cat with my sister out of town for a couple weeks here, so her friend is watching the cat over the weekend, so I am free to do whatever I want this weekend, so that'll be nice.
Don't look that up on Urban Dictionary, by the way. Watching the cat, don't look it up.
Exactly.
I'll have to send you this little video I sent to Bodie about what happens when you can be hanging out with your dad.
I'm afraid to open it.
It's not a video. It's just a guy talking about it.
Okay.
There's no visuals.
It's a crazy story.
It's pretty graphic.
To say the least.
All right.
What also has me juiced today, guys? I saw this on Twitter yesterday, and I was super juiced about this. Michael Bay is officially in talks to develop a new Transformers movie.
Right,
I say,
robots in
why
the
not?
sky.
Let's get more stuff just absolutely blowing up. I don't know. Shia LaBeouf, he's taking a turn for the worse a little bit as his life has gone on, unfortunately. But maybe we can get him back. Yeah, I don't think he's been doing too well over last handful of years. I think he's gotten into some substance abuse type stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's been, if you've seen a picture of him, he does not look like he's at his
The
peak,
generation of affirmation, Bodie. Whatever makes you happy. You
got
go
a good
live your
point
truth.
there.
You go live your truth.
Unfortunately, the Transformer, he stopped doing the third one, and then, I don't know, maybe it just all went downhill.
That's where it all
How many do they have? They have
There's like 5.
I think 5.
Have you seen all 5?
I've seen all 5, yeah.
Are they
The
any-
first 2 to 3 are pretty good. The last couple weren't great. But I would say, they're not going to be atop the IMDb rankings, but they're pretty entertaining.
Yeah, they're entertaining.
And so it's a lot like the Fast and Furious movies, I would say. It's just nonstop stuff blowing up. You're going to get a pretty good, at least one, if not 2, Optimus Prime speech about how he's going to save the world again, which is always awesome. Then you get some Linkin Park thrown in the background, and everybody has a good time. What also has me juiced, Tito, I owe you an apology. I meant to bring this up yesterday, and I forgot to. During one of the commercial breaks, Tito walks out. We got pretty short breaks, so I'm thinking, wonder where he's going. He walks back in with a miniature signed by the beloved Lou Holtz helmet, Notre Dame helmet, to give to me, which I very much appreciated, Tito. Now that I got that from you, got Rothman to give me he got me the Emmitt Smith signed poster.
Yeah.
Bobby, you got me a Brady Quinn signed helmet. It's good to have friends in high places.
God,
What does have me juiced, and I'm going to talk about this very quickly and then move on because it's kind of freaking me out a little bit, but CJ Carr has not been playing very well in practice, supposedly. So, Tito, what has you juiced?
You're welcome for the helmet, Bodie. I was going through my stuff because I put some things in a different spot in my house, and that sounds bad. It's not that, though. But anyway,
on the front yard?
And I was going through it. I said, I think Bodie would probably appreciate this more than I did. I got to meet Lou and talk to him for a little bit. This was years ago. It had to be, 8, 9
great
years
was
ago.
that conversation?
But it's funny because
what was the context of it? Was it just a meet and greet sort of thing?
Yeah,
or?
it's he was over at I think it was at the Tuttle Mall, maybe.
Nice.
Might have been Tuttle that back then. I think it was, but Tuttle or Polaris, one of them. Anyway, and there was one of the there was an autograph session there where they were at this memorabilia store that was there, and they had Lou come in for that, and I knew the organizer from working with him on that time that I got to make Emmitt Smith mad. And so I told him I was coming up there. I said, just when you come here, ask for me. And so there was a long line, and he let me go in the back where Lou was waiting before he came out. And Lou was back there with a couple of friends of his, just talking about all the times at Ohio State and the fun he had and telling stories and things like that.
I love being here, coaching under Woody Hayes.
It was great.
The true joys of my life. That, my wife, and my Lord. That's what I love. The Buckeyes, Notre Dame, and my lovely wife.
You sound like
or lose
Donald Trump Donald Trump imitating Lou Holtz. That's what that sounds like when you did that.
Well, listen, nobody's done it better. Probably since Lincoln.
He'll be 89 January 6th.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Speaking of.
Yeah. What also
January 6th. Also, him and AJ, fellow insurrectionists. Fellow insurrectionists. It's a big deal. That's what AJ told. They get the tent, they go back out, they go to the Washington Mall, storm the Capitol, celebrate storming.
I did something yesterday that I didn't plan on doing. As I was folding some clothes and putting them away, I just turned on YouTube just to see what
Put
popped
them in
up.
a suitcase?
What popped up, with all my stuff. What popped up, though, was the final show with Shark. And I realized
by billions.
I realized, though, Bob, that I never listened to or watched the last segment with you and Beamer and Shark.
That's why you were trapped in the closet.
You see me over there in that other room. You see me in the background, which I thought that's bad.
Creep just hanging out.
So I didn't get to listen to it. I listened to it yesterday, and that was a really cool way to send Shark off on that show, and I'm glad the three of you got to do that. And I know Beam told me he appreciated also being here for that, but hearing Shark talk about, hearing Beam talk about what Shark means to him, you talking to Shark about what Shark meant to you at the time. Like, I didn't get to hear that the first time. And that had me juiced because, I love Bodie. Don't get me wrong. I love Bodie. But, it's a Shark. I had a very special relationship with Shark also. And so I miss seeing him every day. Look.
If you don't see you sooner, he'll see you later.
That's how it closed out. You're right. And I wish we could have him on for a segment once in a while.
I asked him the other night.
I know. Yeah. We got to find a way to do it.
Begged him, really.
Yeah.
Did he say no? Was it like
Come on,
definitive
Bob.
no?
Yeah.
Come on, Bob.
Yeah,
That's not a no.
It wasn't a no.
It wasn't a no.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like he was very interested.
So that's got me juiced also. Yes, be a great weekend. The kids go back to school on Wednesday.
We're to get him to fill in for you next Wednesday.
Yeah, we did. He just laughed on that one. Yeah, he just laughed.
You don't have to come in and cut up any audio or anything.
No,
Shark.
just show up, Shark. Yeah,
until 6.
Right, and
on
so
the board.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. But also, the weekend we're going to a friend's house this weekend tomorrow to spend the night, and it's our good friends that live in Canal that have in-ground pool and lots of land.
Like the Neverland Ranch.
What it is my.
This is Michael Jackson.
It is my poor man's vacation.
You mean Neverland?
That was good.
All right, folks. We'll close out the show, close out the week the best way possible. AJ Hawk next.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook: read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the
right seat. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, Morning Juice, final segment of the program, final segment of the week. We always like to check in with this man.
A man with many career achievements. achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
He is A.J. Hawk, former Buckeye linebacker, NFL linebacker, joining us now to close out the week. A.J., it sounds like you're in your car. Are you driving with 1 foot or 2?
Ooh. You're right. I am in my car. Obviously, I'm driving with 2 feet because I'm operating the vehicle. So left foot for the brake, right foot for the gas. You know, it's a lost art, I guess, that these young kids don't know about.
How did you drive a stick back in the day then?
You know, left foot for the clutch and brake, right foot for the gas.
Clutch and brake, get out of here. You're insane.
What? I mean, I learned how to drive on a little 2-door Honda Civic with a stick shift, so I'm so glad I did. That was my oldest brother's car. But yeah, like, I don't know. I didn't understand. I assumed everybody drove like this, and I realized that not many people do.
What? Okay, so when RJ, he just got his temps, and we started driving with him, and he was a 2-footer, and we've slowly integrated him back to 1. I mean, when you're teaching Lennon how to drive here in about a year, like how are we looking at that? Are we going to be okay with the 2 feet?
If she can do it, like, not everybody can do it. People assume that I'm riding the brake the whole time with my left foot, when that's absolutely not the case at all. She, you know, I've let her drive a few times, drive my truck, and she drives a golf cart around a lot. I'm still trying to get the feel for that, Bob, and see if she can, because not everybody is equipped to drive with 2 feet. I feel like some people are better 1-foot drivers, some people better 2. So I'm still trying to gauge that and see how it works.
AJ, Tom Brady, he set longevity records for quarterbacks, what he was able to do into his into his 40s. Does Aaron Rodgers have the same kind of makeup where he could put together a really special year this year?
I mean, absolutely. You can watch. Aaron's going to he'll be able to throw the football like he can till the day he dies, I think. Obviously, you don't move around as well, but I feel like if the Steelers can protect him at all and give him just a little bit of time, they're going to have a good year. I mean, I was in Latrobe a couple weeks ago watching them play, and they have so much talent. They really do. They have a lot of good players in their team. They compete. I think if they can find a way to keep Aaron upright, then they can do some special things this year.
When people are in a quarterback battle age, like they have at Ohio State right now, if you were a head coach, or even not even a head coach, just when you're there, I mean, defender, you're watching the same film, like, what are you looking for? What delineates it, from the guy who's the backup then ultimately to the starter? I mean, because I know throwing passes and looking good is part of it, but there's so much subjectivity to it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd be watching everything. I want to watch how his teammates react to him too. Like, I want to see what does the offense look like. What's the offensive line like? How excited do they get when he throws a touchdown pass, or when they score in a 2-minute drill in practice? Like, how do the teammates respond to him? Like, is he going back and forth with the defense? Like, talking pre-snap? Like, what is he like? How does he compete, and how do the other guys respond? I think you can tell a lot from that. And then, honestly, I'd go around and I would be asking the other starters too, and even backups, like, hey, what do you like about this guy, quarterback? What do you like about this guy? How do you think it go? And take that all into account before you actually make a decision, because we know it's not just strictly off of what the numbers look like in practice, with completions, touchdowns, whatever it is. I want to see how the team responds to him, see if he can kind of get the team going in the right direction, even when things are bad.
So you mentioned you were out at Latrobe recently in the last couple of weeks. You saw Aaron out there. And I know that from the article I saw on ESPN, when he met with a lot of the Steelers people, the players, he asked them not to judge him based on what they think they know about him, what they've heard about him, but just get to know him and, don't necessarily believe everything that you've read and heard about me. And Will Howard kind of echoed that, saying, it's not necessarily the perception that most people have of Aaron Rodgers is not accurate. Is that your thought as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't exactly know what everyone's perception is. People definitely feel strongly one way or the other, I feel, about Aaron. But yeah, I mean, like most people, I would imagine, like how they are, when the camera's not there, or whatever's going on, they're much different. And yeah, I've known him for, I don't know, forever. Now, I sat next to him in our first team meeting in Green Bay in 2006. So I've known him for a long time throughout the whole, watched him take over as the starting quarterback, win the Super Bowl, MVPs, all that stuff. I've seen like the rise, and he's definitely still the same person, like at heart, like they really are. Obviously, there's all kind of stuff out there on him every day, but yeah, I would agree. I think especially like one-on-one and with a team, he's always an unbelievable leader. Like you've always known, that dude has always given the rest of the team confidence, and he's been very helpful. I know he loves. I mean, it's not a mentorship thing, but he loves giving whatever he has learned to other players. I know he's doing that with Will and the rest of the guys in Pittsburgh. He did that in Green Bay forever. Like he's super open about why things that have been successful for him and why they have. So it's got to be awesome. Especially as you get older, I think you actually kind of become more probably calmer and confident in what he's doing and really understands and actually thinks about exactly why he is in the position he is and how somehow he's still playing quarterback in the NFL at 41 years old, which is just crazy.
What do we got on the docket for this weekend, AJ? I mean, we got any more kids' sports? Are we going to get to enjoy like the final weekend before the start of school?
Yeah, sports, got some football scrimmages coming up, different things. But yeah, it's a nice day. I'm actually driving Hendricks, a 12-year-old, to football practice right now, 7th grade. Bob, we actually stayed downtown. We had all the kids and the wife and kids. We stayed downtown last night just for like a little, we had a night after their practices, and bam, we popped down there and went to dinner. It was beautiful out, and now I'm driving back to Dublin to get him to practice. So yeah, we're trying to enjoy the last few days we have before school starts.
With the coaching you're doing right now, I think you said you're coaching youth football, correct?
Oh yeah, 3rd and 4th grade.
Okay.
My little guys, I'm coaching.
Is it Coach Pug out there with you?
He's in the senior league. I'm in the junior league, so this is my first year in 3 or 4 years where Pug's not on the staff, but he's definitely around. I can lean on him and get some advice whenever I need it for sure.
Is there a quarterback controversy on your team?
No, there's no quarterback controversy. We got a guy that can sling it, and we got another guy who can also throw if we need him to go in. So we're just blocking and tackling. 3rd and 4th grade, fundamentals. If we can block and tackle, we have a chance, I think.
Do you ever embrace like your inner Coach Knopf when you're out there? I mean, do you kind of feel yourself resorting back to your Centerville Elks days of the things that your coaches used to say to you?
No, I'd say I'm a little more I wouldn't say that like they weren't really saying hurtful things to me, but maybe if you fast forward it to now and I said that to these kids, they might be viewed a little differently when they were just trying to help me. But more like the things I think of when I was like a freshman, sophomore in high school, I'm thinking my linebacker coach, Coach Knopf, would stand in front of me, and he'd make me do like 100 rips right and 100 rips left. Like when I'm practicing, like I'm ripping around a defender, and it was like a 5-step process, right? I have to punch, step through, shoulder, turn my shoulders. I would do this like 100 times each way, and sometimes it would take an hour and a half just to do that one thing. And I remember just standing there, my legs shaking, could barely move, and I would, never, are you all right? So yeah, I'm good, feel good. I was okay. I never felt great, but at least I finished it, and ultimately I think it helps.
AJ, the last thing, if we could just make sure you impress upon those kids out there that when people say things, they ask you to do things, you have a choice in life, and you've always chosen not to be offended, and you need to make sure that they feel that same way.
Oh yeah, we're not raising victims, Bob. We know that. I told them day one. We're not victims out here. We volunteer to be out here, and we want to play football because it's fun. Playing sports and hitting people is fun, and I think that's what I'm trying to get across, and hopefully they're listening.
You're the man, AJ. Thanks for the time, Bill. We'll talk again next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
That was AJ Hawk.
No victims. You heard that off.
We don't raise victims, right? That's what he said?
I choose not to be offended.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's someone who, I forget, that they've got actually a decent following on social media that followed me, and their like profile backdrop is a picture of AJ with his eye patch on, and then their like description is "I choose not to be offended." AJ Hawk.
That's outstanding.
I saw it, I was like, God bless America. AJ's rubbing off on people because they'd say that and look at him like, "What's wrong?" AJ's like, "Choose not to be offended by that statement." Everything's a choice.
Yeah, maybe that should be the Halloween theme this year.
What?
You have to come in you have to be offensive somehow, just some way.
That's great. I mean, just some way.
Just some way you have to be offensive in your costume.
Don't get suspended, Tito.
No, I'm not going to. AJ went on TV with pirate face. By the way,
face.
Bobby, I was looking this the other day. We talked about the Belichick thing with the statue, and I didn't realize that Andy Reid has a better winning percentage than Belichick.
Yeah.
But
when he was at Philly, they won a ton of games, just not a Super Bowl.
Right, that's it. So Belichick's 302 and 165, winning percentage of 647. Reid is 273, 146, and 1.
Oh, there you go.
He's at 651. Yeah. Bill made 13 conference championship appearances.
Yeah.
Andy Reid's made 12.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. And obviously 6-2 in the Super Bowl versus 3-3 for Andy Reid. But you think Reid sticks around long enough to pass Belichick in the regular season wins?
All-time wins. So he's at
273.
He's about 30 behind him.
But it'll take 30 to beat him. That's 3 years, right?
I would say.
I would think he sticks around for it.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he'll stick around for it also.
Unless he has a heart attack.
What would have to happen for him to...
Heart attack. Stroke.
What would have to happen?
Mahomes gets hit by
demanding
a car.
a trade. Yeah.
For you to put him above Belichick as the greatest coach, or is it possible? Because let's say,
I don't know if it is.
I mean, if he makes a few more...
I think Andy Reid, I would say that he is just a step below. Because the one thing that I would say about Bill, Andy Reid is great. He's a great offensive schemist, and he's a great head coach. I don't know if he knows, Bill knows as much about offense and special teams as he does about defense.
Okay.
I'm not kidding you.
Really? And that's a big deal. I know he knows a hell of a lot about defense.
That was his thing. And I don't think Andy has quite that versatility.
Yeah.
As to the defense. And, he's had Spags there for a long time. Spags runs the same defense Jim Johnson did when they were in Philly, and he was having all that success. So he's got his great DC, and he's a great coach. I'm not going to take anything away from him. It's an unbelievable compliment to say of the last, 40 years, I think he's just a shade below.
Right.
I mean, not a full step. I mean, we're talking half step, semi-step, just a shade. And maybe he goes on and wins 3 more Super Bowls, and at that point, I'd have to tip my cap.
Yeah, I can't see that happening. I can certainly see him making 3 more AFC Championship game appearances. They've got that.
They've been at it every year since Mahomes became the starter.
So I can definitely see that as long as Mahomes stays healthy. And like you said, as long as Reid doesn't have
the one thing that I would say is Andy's lost some games that I feel like Bill would have won.
Okay.
Big games, Super Bowl stuff, things like that.
I mean, before he got Mahomes, he was kind of the quote unquote choker, if you will.
He was the best coach to never win a Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah.
And even the D4 offsides.
Him and Mike McCarthy, but yeah.
Yeah, well.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Mike McCarthy. What am I talking about? He did win a Super Bowl.
Aaron gave him a Super Bowl.
They beat Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, that is correct. AJ was there.
So
ask him about it.
I wonder, if he makes a few more Super Bowls, or if he passes Belichick, makes a few more Super Bowls, and doesn't have any awful season, Mahomes stays healthy, if people will put him in the same class than or above Belichick.
And people will say that you look at this. Well, the AFC is so tough. And you got Joe Burrow, you got Josh Allen. Dude, look at when Tom Brady. You had
Peyton Manning. Right. Yeah.
Dude, he was right on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Tony Dungy, also a really good coach. I mean, every era you're going to have guys like that you're going to have to get through. You look at the Dallas and the Niners and the Packers, that 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is.
Thanks to all the juicers out there in the chat. We appreciate it. Thank you, AJ Hawk. Thanks to Ya Highness, Chad from WeWinUwin.com. We're back on Monday. Lots of football to talk about, I'm sure. We'll do it Monday Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Every successful franchise in sports has a long-term vision. And behind that long-term vision are the people executing the plan. In the words of the great Woody Hayes, you win with people. It's the same in business and in life. Surround yourself with good people and build strong relationships with those people, and the path to success becomes very clear. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they win with people.
A team's success can be directly tied to the quality of its players, coaches, and leadership. In sports and in business, talent alone doesn't win. It's why we focus on building strong relationships with our clients and why we strive to always offer the best advice, the best products, and the best customer service for our clients.
Thanks, Travis. We want them to focus on their business and their people and let us handle their banking needs.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unmatched reliability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.